Good morning, everyone. It is 5:32. Welcome back to our winter storm coverage. It's continuing this morning. Yeah, there actually is a winter storm. You just wouldn't know it by looking at the Skyway. The Skyway remains shut down. This is looking right now at the 190, also at Church Street in downtown Buffalo. But the band, the Lake Effect Snow Band that's over the Southtowns right now, will be moving up into downtown Buffalo and maybe up into Amherst and Williamsville. We'll check in with Patrick in just a little bit to see where the band is moving, but it's been over the Southtowns for much of the morning.
Yeah, we've been checking in with Heather Lee, who's out at Orchard Park, and the snow is falling to beat the band. Travel ban and a state of emergency continues to be in effect. Up until further notice in Erie County. We have a full team coverage this morning. Our team is spread out and in some cases stuck in the snow across western New York. We're expecting an update from the county coming up in about 27 minutes from now at 6 o'clock.
But first, we need an update from Chief Meteorologist Patrick Hammer with a look at exactly what is going on.
Almost former Chief Meteorologist Patrick Hammer on my drive-in. Oh my gosh, it was so harrowing, let me tell you. All right, I just got a report from Patty and Jim. Good morning. They live in Hamburg in the Armour area, and they said the thunder and lightning is intense right now. I'm getting many reports of lots of lightning strikes out of this band, and I can confirm that as I drove in as well. All right, here is that heavy band of snow situated right over central and southern Erie County. There's a little wobble being picked up right now, so we think that this band of snow is going to lift to the north a bit. So if you live in Williamsville and Clarence, you're about to get into some of the snow too. But again, the dividing line has been about a Cheektowaga to South Buffalo line. Had a little lightning strike earlier I was trying to highlight there. There we go. Heavy snow into Lackawanna, Blaisdell. Again, to about Depew and Lancaster, but you go north of there. All of your snow so far came last night. Believe it or not, the airport picked up about a foot of snow. Hamburg is at nearly that amount too, or more than that. Kevin's going to have some snowfall totals for you in a second. We do have lake effect snow warnings, of course, throughout the area, ending at different times, but just get ready for the heavy snow to eventually move north a little bit as we head towards the lunch hour. We will show you future look coming up. We now, speaking of up, we go to the roof where Kevin has a look at where the snow has fallen the most. Good morning, Kevin.
Thunder snow was a very impressive feature. I still remember from the October storm. I lived in the Sweet Home area then, and just what made it so impressive is that, you know, snow clouds typically, and lake effect snow clouds, are lower atmospherically than rain clouds will be in the summertime, and so the lightning, it just lights up the whole sky as opposed to the rain thunderstorms that you go through. So yeah, so thunderstorm is no joke, and it lights up the whole neighborhood when it happens. Just moments ago, we did check the website of the National Weather Service for the latest snow totals, and again, these are just preliminary, folks. And again, there's probably a bit of a lag with these because these are trained individuals going out to their backyard and checking out their snow gauge and then reporting it in, and then the National Weather Service in Cheektowaga, and they're very busy. They got better things to do than to just update snow totals. They post them, so I'm sure we've added on since this. But again, the airport, about a foot of snow. Depew and Concord, which is a Springville area, a little over a foot. Hamburg right now is the champion right now in the clubhouse with nearing a foot and a half, I'm sure. And Lancaster, I just put the little amber. Was it amber? What do they call it? There's a word for that. About a foot of snow outside my house. I now live close to Lancaster High School. So again, it's coming down at 3 inches an hour in some spots. So again, it's going to be the haves and the have-nots. Some people are going to look outside and say, oh, this isn't too bad. And other people are going to look outside and they can't see across the street. That is the nature of lake effect snow, particularly with the northern edge of these lake effect bands, where there's a terrific gradient between from one neighborhood to the next neighborhood where somebody's getting nailed and it's all clear in another area. So we're going to keep this in mind, and the band is expected, as Patrick said, to waggle a little bit northward too. So that would include the city of Buffalo. So again, the travel ban in place, probably a good idea.
And in Lancaster, you get a bonus squiggle next to your 12
there
inches
you
of
go.
snow.
That's right.
All right.
With every school district off in Western New York today for a snow day, kids want to be able to play in the snow.
There you go.
Everyone will be able to get some.
All right. Speaking of what we're hearing from officials, yesterday we heard from the governor, who continues to emphasize the importance of staying home and staying safe during the winter storm. Here's what she had to say when speaking with Two on Your Side last night.
Conditions have worsened, and we're expecting whiteout conditions on all major roads between 9 p.m. and midnight tonight. And so we're asking everyone to stay off the roads. This is not a normal winter storm. It is going to be extreme. It could be life-threatening. And it is the first of the season, but it's going to be one of the worst we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, Governor Hochul still in Erie County this morning. We'll continue to monitor the winter storm throughout the weekend. And, you saw some images last night of the snow ripping through downtown. And right now it's set up in the southern tier. Got a shot, or the Southtowns. This is a live look at the thruway, by the way. And
as for Governor Hochul, it's possible we could hear from her at 6 a.m. as we are expecting another update from county officials at that hour. Now, right now, the commercial vehicle ban is still in place along the thruway from Rochester to the Pennsylvania state line and all the other major highways in Western New York as well. That went into effect at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And we're continuing to monitor the snowfall, and out in the thick of it all this morning is Daybreak's Heather Lee live in Orchard Park this morning. Heather, how are things looking right now from where you are?
Hey there, Pete and Melissa. Good morning. Within the past 5 minutes or so, we've actually had some thunder snow adding to the snow that has been falling very quickly all morning long, accumulating here. We are at Quaker Crossing along Mile Strip in Orchard Park. And joining me now is Orchard Park Police Chief Pat Fitzgerald. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning. You've got an update when it comes to the roads and also a state of emergency in Orchard Park. Tell me about that.
We do. The town and village of Orchard Park are going to be enacting effective immediately a state of emergency here and establishing our own driving ban.
Okay, so obviously there is one in effect in Erie County, but how does having one specific to the town and village help you cover the town and deal with what you have to deal with over the next 24, 48 hours?
So we know the benefits and we know the effectiveness of having a driving ban, especially during circumstances like we're experiencing right now. So by having our own is helpful to us to be able to control the movement on the roads and allow our plow drivers to get out there and clear the roads and do so safely, and also reduce our call volume of our vehicles that are being involved in crashes and sliding off the road and things like that.
All right, let's talk about your patrols. I know that you've got men and women on 12-hour shifts, 12 on, 12 off. How busy have they been, and what have they been dealing with over the night?
So as a result of the driving ban and the forecasted weather, people have been extremely helpful to us by staying off the roads. Our call volume is manageable at this time. We do have additional officers that have been brought in that are working. We have additional staff in our 911 dispatch center that have been working throughout the night and will continue so throughout the weekend.
And we talked yesterday a little bit about, we joked that it was an employee hotel because obviously one of the concerns is getting staff in and getting them home safely. We also just had a little bit of thunder snow again. You've got a special spot for people to make sure that they are safe and not driving themselves.
So we do. We learned a lot during the 2014 storm. Our ability with 12-hour rolling shifts to be able to get people into work and be able to get them back home safe. And it really doesn't make a lot of sense to take 2-3 hours to get somebody home and then have to try and get that next shift in. So we do have the ability to house our staff if we're unable to, because of weather conditions and call volume, be able to get them home and get them back. So we do have that set up.
All right. And you talked about lessons learned from 2014 and Snowvember. You weren't in charge of the department at that time, but you were out on patrol and certainly learned a lot. Talk about the gates on the 219 and also those teams that were formed back then that you're bringing back if necessary now.
Yeah, so based on our weather conditions and what we're going to have over the next 24 to 48 hours, we will be utilizing what we refer to as strike teams. So these are strategically placed teams. We've stressed right from the beginning through our planning and through our communication leading up to and during the event of the fact that we all need to work together. So we do form strike teams. These are groups of individuals that are dispatched to different calls throughout the town and the village. We know that you know, it takes a long time at times based on the weather to get where we need to get. So the strike team, led by a snowplow or a front end loader, involves police officers, paramedics, and members of our fire department.
Yeah, because obviously if you can't get out of your driveway, imagine trying to get to an emergency in time. Orchard Park Police Chief Pat Fitzgerald. Chief, thank you so much. Be safe to you. I'm sure we'll be talking with you quite a bit over the next few days, and tell your officers to be safe as well. Pete and Melissa, we are going to send it back inside to you. We're going to keep monitoring the situation in Orchard Park right now. I don't think we're going anywhere too quickly, certainly not very quickly. We'll have another update coming up in just a little bit.
No, please don't go anywhere. Stay safe out there, Heather, and to the chief as well. Thank you very much. Pretty as a picture, Pete, out there.
Yeah,
You've got some pretty pictures behind you as well.
Well, you look at just the snow piling up on both of their shoulders just during that live shot. You know, a picture tells the entire story. We're continuing to get pictures in and videos in from you via social media. This one is our news director, Jeremy, sent this one in, and it's just blowing sideways as the snow came into downtown Buffalo. And then we've got this one, which is likely from the Southtowns, showing not a whole lot of snow, but this is a great way to illustrate the haves and the have-nots, which is lake effect snow. Keep sharing us your pictures. Do it safely by using the hashtag #BeOn2 on social media or the Near Me section of the 2 on Your Side app, or you can text them to us at 716-849-2022.